is let those people who know how to do those things, let them do it. Let's support them. Let's get out and raise funds for them. And once we do that, you'll see that this community comes together, and if we stop fighting each other, they'll stop fighting each other. Thank you.
As Mayor of Irvington, what I would do is respect. Give back the respect to the seniors and to the veterans. The seniors are not getting the due respect in Irvington. They are used only election time. There's a bus that takes the seniors around, only takes certain members, seniors, back and forth. My mother's a senior. She's 74, going on 74. And sometimes she goes in and forth, back and forth to Lakewood, back down the shore. Okay, and there's so much things they do that's there for those seniors. They go on trips, big trips to the malls, go to eat and knit, and they feel community all like together. The seniors in Irvington are not taken care of. They're not looked upon as they could be their ex-mother or their ex-father. As Mayor of Irvington, what I would do, any crimes committed against seniors and veterans will be dealt with double the amount of time, because it starts at home.
1 minute.
It starts at home with the seniors. Okay, with the kids. You gotta get quiet. Okay, with the kids. What I had to do, because the only last thing I had there was a baseball team on Chancellor Avenue. That's the last thing they had there was for the kids. Okay? Bring back the kids in here, in town, have them do something with other people. Okay, basketball, after school programs. Gatlin Center's a waste. The Gatlin Center's there for only people who are member of Team Irvington. Okay? Thank you.
Staying on topic. The topic was about social services. Ms. Richard confirmed our population is 53,000 people. I know what the mayor said, but my data is from the census website. Anything I put out is documented. But the topic was social services. We lost $1 million, Ms. Richard said, because we lost 7,000 people, 7,000 residents in 10 years. And the challenge right now is communication. There are so many services out there available at the county, state level we don't know about. We have a website that needs to be updated, upgraded, or resurrected. We do $4 million a year to property taxpayers. Why about including a little flyer and that mailing we do every 3 months, letting folks know what services are available? That's the challenge. Folks to know what's out there. I know that they get calls all the time. I refer folks to NESF in Newark or something at the county. The services exist, we're not taking advantage of them. And a good example of that is Obamacare. Ms. Richard mentioned that there's a challenge now of getting folks between 20 and 40 to sign up for Obamacare, which is social services. Thank you, Mr. Brown. That's the key. So my administration will make sure that citizens know what's going on in town. This forum should have been on Township's website. It's nonpartisan. It's a nonprofit. Folks know it exists. It's in the Herald. So those are the kind of things that we don't do now. So there's a lot out there to help us. Who knows about it? The same thing. You mentioned the foreclosure program we're working with. I never got a flyer on that. And I get a mail, I get something from the township again, 4 times in my tax bill. I own 2 properties in town. And I know anything about it. And it's a low-cost thing. You're doing the mailing anyway, you're paying the postage, flyer costs you 2 cents. So my goal in my administration is make sure folks know what is available. Because we pay for these services at the county and federal level. That's how I'm going to make sure we take advantage of all social services that are out there. That's what's not happening right now. They exist, we're not taking advantage of them. Thank you. So social services in the township of Irvington. It's amazing. We feed poor people every day. Not a nonprofit social service agency, but at 346 16th Avenue, people who are struggling that can't feed themselves, that the Irvington Neighborhood Improvement Corporation can get a meal every day. We've been doing that for 12 years. Obamacare, better known as the Affordable Care Act. I brought in Enroll America here months ago, before the deadline. I had sessions all over the town, in people's backyards, getting people ready for Obamacare. On the 8th, we'll be partnering with NAACP as well as the Jamaican Organization of New Jersey, who are co-sponsors of that event at the public library. We've been on television. We've had experts come in and talk about Obamacare for the last 6 months. So let's talk about the other things. Recreation. We absolutely are committed to sprucing up the Gatlin Center, but we have martial arts there. We produced golden glove champions out of that little boxing gym. I brought boxing back here because when I grew up, Hard Green came out of this town from boxing at the PAL. So we brought boxing back to the Gatlin Center. We built brand new buildings with $2.7 million of Green Acres money. So the new building in Orange Park, which many of the community use for community meetings, we let some nonprofits supposedly doing employment services there. At Berkeley Terrace Park, we had the Eisenhower Foundation fund a program for the last 5 years, an after-school program that works with the school district, right? Helps enhance the school. One of our biggest social service challenges that we have is we have got to list the educational outcomes of our community. 70% of our school children, 70% are not at their proper level. We got a lot of work to do. Now that's not the children's fault. That's our fault. Because we have to be committed to being change agents for that. Every program that deals with youth in this town, we figured out a way to give them money.
My nephew's in college with full scholarships from the Gatlin Center.
There is a white Toyota van.
Well, you know, when we start to talk about any community, community is judged by how they treat their young and how they treat their old. You know, that's how you judge a community. If you went up to Livingston, Short Hills, when they have their senior citizen centers, it looks like the Taj Mahal. Because they value their seniors. They value what they've done to get all of us in this room to where we are now. And when we talk about senior programs and programs for children, we just did a $2.8 million track and field behind the Irvington High School now. I know that was needed since I went to the high school. And just for the record, no one's taxes were raised because of that. As a matter of fact, the school district, which gets a portion of your taxes, has not been raised since the early 90s. So we have not asked for an increase in the tax levy in all these years. So we just talk about the facts here. But more importantly, it's not about having a track and field. It's about giving our children another avenue. Because if we can get our children to have a place to go in a nice, safe environment, we can save lives. And it doesn't matter about any of this other stuff. If you're able to save one life, then it was all worth it. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to have just one more.